Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and this is the real Chick-fil-A recipe with the secret ingredients. The original recipe has 55 ingredients, but these are the ones that you can make at home that count to make it taste just like the Chick-fil-A you know from that restaurant. And I'm making this recipe with my new Cosori ceramic air fryer oven. When you make this Chick-fil-A sandwich at home in an air fryer, it's going to be healthy. Consori has developed the Consori ceramic air fryer oven to make it taste just like the one at Chick-fil-A. Yet this is the healthy version. No oil is added. To be sure, I am using a lot of ingredients today. But these ingredients are items that are probably in your kitchen right this second. These are the important ingredients with the secret ingredients versus some of those manufactured ingredients, like calcium propionate. I can't even say that right. Ascorbic citric acid, potassium iodate. In fact, I don't ever want to eat those things. So make your Chick-fil-A sandwiches at home. I have studied and dissected Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches for quite some time. In fact, this very day, I went through an extra 3 more. Upon close inspection, they look very much the same. But they sure didn't look very good to me. So that's why we're going to make it homemade with all the essential ingredients. The ingredients for this recipe are chicken, we all knew that, and a marinade of that secret ingredient, pickle juice. But that's really not very secret. That secret's out of the bag. But what no one has figured out is it has some milk in it too, and some soy sauce. Not only is the pickle juice known as a secret ingredient, but the soy is a really secret ingredient in that marinade. The marinade has 2 of the secret ingredients. This whole recipe is on a recipe card in the back of the video. So either you gotta fast forward to that or continue watching my great technique. You're also gonna need an egg bath. And that's with 1 egg and half a cup of milk. And then you need the flour coating. And this is where there's more of those secret ingredients. Now the spices that go into your flour. White pepper, black pepper, cayenne pepper. Now that's all the spicy spice. And paprika for that specialty spice and a little color. Salt, baking soda, and powdered sugar. The last of the secret ingredient for your recipe you're gonna make at home. And then there's what the chicken goes into, the bun. Butter, because you gotta toast it, and 2 pickle slices. The ingredients are basically the same as in the Chick-fil-A recipe. But you gain the major health benefit by air frying, not frying in oil. So this is a tasty, healthy recipe. So get your chicken, I'm using a chicken breast, and cut it in half by putting your knife in the middle of it. Voila. I'm using plastic wrap, and we're gonna pound it. And if you're like me, this is the best part of the recipe because this is therapy for the day. Not enough. Because this tenderizes your chicken, so it's really doing no harm. It's only making your recipe better. And into a Ziploc it goes. I'm putting 2 pieces, although I really only am making 1 sandwich, but I just didn't want to waste it. I can make another one later. Add 1/2 cup of pickle juice right under your chicken. Add 1/3 cup of milk, whole milk, or low fat or non-fat. I'm not going to give you a ticket. You might have heard of buttermilk chicken, and that's made with milk with a little bit of vinegar in it. So this is really ramped up buttermilk. You got your milk and you got your pickle juice. This is so much better than using buttermilk as a brine on your chicken. And to that, we're adding 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, secret ingredient. And this is really a magic marinade. You can use this for any kind of chicken. So into the refrigerator it goes for at least 30 minutes, if not 2 hours. If you were to leave that overnight, when it cooks, it's going to be kind of strange texture. So I wouldn't do that. Now you need the egg bath. So crack that egg and into half a cup of milk it goes. And give it a whisk. There you go. That's all you need to do. It's done. And if you've ever had a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, you know that the outside crust is pretty spicy. I'm starting with 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne because that's really hot, 2 teaspoons of simple basic paprika, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda for a little extra lift, and 1/2 teaspoon powdered sugar, secret. And we're gonna mix that up so it's all incorporated together. Because you don't want a bite to be too hot with that cayenne pepper or too sweet with that powdered sugar. You want it all to be uniform on every bite that you take of your Chick-fil-A sandwich. With the magic of YouTube, I was able to pre-marinate one of my chicken for 2 hours, the optimal time. Now you'll recall, I cut that big old chicken breast into 2 pieces. And I have a whole lot of flour mixture right here. So as not to get salmonella, I'm going to split up my flour mixture, because it took a lot of time and trouble to get all those ingredients out in all the exact amounts, so you might as well double this batch if you're going to make a lot of these at home. I can be a little bit of a hoarder on food. Once you make something really good, you're going to want it again and again. So this is a way that you can have this for later. This is really good for about 4 pieces of chicken. So into the pantry it goes. The order of these events: marinated chicken piece into flour dip a couple of times and into egg wash. Front and back into your flour dip, because you want to coat it really well. You want it to be thick like theirs. This is a copycat recipe, so we got to do the best we can to copy it. And you really want to make sure it's coated well, and then you got to put it on deck. And of course, you're going to have your fingers coated too. They're going to get a wash too. And now we're going to turn on our Cosori ceramic air fryer oven. So plug in your Cosori and say hello. Cosori is so simple to use. It has a dial, which I love. Goes to air fry, and it goes to 450 and 20 minutes naturally. It's not going to take 20 minutes, but I'm just going to start with this and press the on button, which is the play. Let's go forward. And it will preheat. You don't even have to set it for preheating. It knows to do that. 450 is the highest setting, and that's what I want for really crispy exterior. The Consori oven is so easy to use with this knob-styled panel. And since the display is on top with just a 12-degree incline, you don't have to bend over to see the screen. It's easy to use. It's looking right at you. So while that's preheating, I'm going to butter my buns. It appeared to me that the reason those buns were not toasted was because they are pre-buttered as well. That's the way Chick-fil-A does it, and that's the way I'm doing it. That's about 1 tablespoon for butter, 1/2 on one side, and the other half the tablespoon on the other. Yum. It's going to take about 3 minutes for the Consori ceramic air fryer oven to preheat. And when it's done, it's going to give you a beep, so you know you're ready to cook. Blah, the beep. It's time to put our Chick-fil-A raw chicken in. It stopped cooking right when I opened it up for safety purposes. I'm laying out my filet, just like this, my chicken filet. Okay, close her up. The new Consori ceramic air fryer oven has such a big window to view. And seeing your food cooking with this interior light. Now I have that interior light on so I can see it and film it as it's cooking to perfection. They've maximized the size of the viewing window, which I love. Now inside there, it's 26.4 quart capacity. It can fit a 12-inch pizza, a 5-pound whole chicken, lots of toast, like 9 pieces, or even a 12-pound turkey. And it has a temperature probe that fits right into the oven. And that means you can put it into any meat you like to make sure it's at the exact temperature you want. Then the oven will stop cooking and you will have your perfectly cooked meat. That chicken filet has been in there 4 minutes cooking. It's time to put the toast in. So in go the buns right next to our chicken. There's room. When you order your Consori 26-quart ceramic air fryer oven, it arrives right to your door. I put it on my counter. Here's the design of the box. It's a beautiful box. This would make a great gift. Here are all sides. I opened the box, and they had designed the packaging really well so it would not get damaged during shipping. I took everything out. Here it is, all wrapped in the plastic it came in, and here is your Consori 13-in-1 26-quart ceramic air fryer oven. The design of the new Consori oven is also very compact. It can cook amazing volumes of food and not take up much counter space. This is what the interior of the new Consori oven looks like, and look at the bottom there. The oven can even be used as a stove. It has 1 burner, besides all the racks you can put inside. That's brilliant. Here's an example of it being used like that. What a small design to do all of this, including being able to cook on a stovetop within the oven. And if anything were to boil over, sometimes that happens, it's really easy to clean. The halogen and quartz heating tubes in there are in a flat area with a sealed ceramic heating surface, top and bottom, and so the nonstick coating allows for really easy wiping down of all the inside of the air fryer. And it's all enclosed with this really beautifully designed, sleek stainless steel outer shell that's also easy to wipe down. Check out this precision cooking. It has top, bottom, and rear heating elements. and that's going to help provide fast and even cooking. And there's a very high fan speed. It's 3,150 rotations per minute. That whirls around the air to cook things faster and at the precise temperature. And that means your food's going to cook better and taste better because of the preciseness of the temperature and the fan, making sure that is all rotating around your food. That is the beauty of the top technology Cosori has put in this air fry oven. It's so easy to cook with the Consori oven. It is multi-cooking with 13 cooking functions. You can make toast, bagels, pizza. You can air fry, air bake, air roast, air sous vide. You can proof your recipe, bake, broil, dehydrate, warm, and reheat. So many functions. So you can even make a pie. Consori has figured out how to make that happen easily so you don't have to. These are automatic cooking settings built right in. On the inside of the Consori, there's all these different levels to put racks and baking pans on, and they send you all those racks and baking pans. And they fit right in at the level you want for optimal cooking of that recipe. And for storage, just put them all in your Consori to keep them clean and ready for the time you want to use them. On the left side of the screen is where you want to put those racks for what your function is. They even give you a cheat sheet on what goes what. The top rack, number 1, is for broil. Number 2 is where you're going to toast and cook your bagel. Number 3 are the other ways of cooking, etc. I love all the cooking tips on the Consori. And the baking pan and casserole pan are dishwasher safe, making cleaning so easy. And they also give you a great recipe book. Very well illustrated, very inspiring. The Consori ceramic air fryer oven is so versatile, you can even roast a chicken. I prepared my chicken normally. I just put spices on my chicken, just like normal, and I put it in the roasting pan. And after it's in the roasting pan, insert the probe at the thickest part of the chicken, and into the Consori it went. And there's a little tiny insert underneath the handle. So put the other end of the thermometer into that. Then with the knob, I turned it to air roast, and then with the temperature, I set it for chicken. You can set it to any temperature you like, and chicken takes a higher temperature. I thought it was interesting. All along the way, I could see the temperature rise of that chicken from the coldness when it came out of the refrigerator and through the cooking process. And in 30 minutes, my chicken was perfectly done and so beautiful. Here is my finished chicken I used with the Consori oven, all ready to serve on my table. And let me show you the inside. Oh, perfectly cooked, steamy, delicious, hot, and ready for a family to eat for dinner. And you can cook on the burner. You just open the door and place your pan in and cook. Check this out. I'm cooking an egg for demonstration purposes. It worked great. And when I was done, I just wiped it clean. That egg had splattered with all that butter. All the surfaces inside the Consori oven are ceramic and easy to clean. And like with any standard oven, Consori has put the standard baking feature, so you can even make a pie. And here I am, putting my raw apple crisp into my Consori oven. I turned it on a preset, which was 30 minutes at 350 degrees, which is a standard oven temperature whenever you bake something. But I wanted my pie extra crispy, so I went in and added another 20 minutes to make sure that crispy crust was, in fact, very crispy. The apples were perfectly cooked. They were soft, and the top crust of the crisp was crispy. The Consori air fry oven is so much more than an air fryer. Oh, yeah. We're done. Doesn't that look great? The chicken's perfectly crispy. The buns are perfectly toasted. Yum. So let's make our sandwich. On goes our chicken. I'm going to put in the thin part. Oh boy, that's a big piece of chicken. Pickles on the bun. So what would you prefer to have, the homemade or the Chick-fil-A? Well, what do you think about the comparison? There's a Chick-fil-A, which is a little darker than mine, but I certainly like the look of my pickles on that buttered bun. Not theirs. If you look closely, you can see the close-up of the spices on this chicken. Now there's the one I made. Doesn't that look great? And look at the Chick-fil-A's. I don't know, looks a little overdone to me. Now it's time to try it. So I'm going to cut it in half. And here's a Chick-fil-A, cut in half. That's tougher, I can tell just by cutting it, it's tougher. And here we have the inside to look at. This is the one I made. And here is the Chick-fil-A inside. We can see a little difference. It's thicker chicken in the homemade one than the Chick-fil-A's. I'm taking a bite of Chick-fil-A's first. I can see why they offer all the sauces. It's a bit dry, and it makes sense. You might want a little more wet of a sandwich. But of course, Chick-fil-A offers you a lot of different varieties of sauces. You can pick the one you like best. That's great that they do that. And now for the homemade Chick-fil-A. Oh, wow. It is so juicy. It's gonna run down my face. That is what that marinade did. All the milk, the pickle juice, and the soy makes this really juicy and delicious. And the crisp on the Chick-fil-A and the crisp on the homemade Cosori. On the exterior, it's the same. See? You can hear the crisp. And as far as the flavor of spices, Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A. My recipe nails it. Tell me what you think.
So click the link below to get your Consori ceramic air fryer oven.
With all the features it has. I love this. It's my new countertop appliance in my kitchen. It does everything. I'm Rebecca Brown. I hope you subscribe to my channel and ring my bell to get notified of my next video. And let's keep making great recipes in life. And today's recipe is for a Chick-fil-A you've made at home with a great air fryer to crisp it all up. Well, I'm gonna go back in my little corner and finish my lunch. See you next time. Wow, that is so good. If you like this video, here's some more over there, including some great air fryer recipes right there.